Hey all, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. I'm Darren, of course, and today I'm going to do something totally different, something I'm totally against, but we're going to have fun doing this. I've seen a lot of people lately doing this cook a tri-tip like a brisket fad, and I got a bunch of picanhas the other day, some top sirloin cap roasts at Costco with the cap on, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and cook a top sirloin cap or picanha roast like a brisket. I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
All right, guys, to be fair, I am totally against cooking tender, delicious meat that should be cooked medium rare or medium at the most to a well done brisket type. Using sous vide, I can actually make brisket medium rare and still tender, and I prefer to do that sometimes. Now, there are different ways to cook things, and I understand that sometimes you want to cook something a little bit different, and that's why we're going to do this today. I'm going to cook two, actually. I'm going to cook one as a brisket style, and I'm going to use the bigger one here. This one's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, and it's got a bigger fat cap on it. And then we're going to cook this, like I said, strictly like a brisket. We're going to use the Kamado Joe Classic 2. But I'm going to cook this one here using the sous vide, and we're going to make it medium rare. Okay, so we're going to cook this sous vide for about 4 or 5 hours to the medium rare temperature of like 134. You get that fat starting to render. And then we're going to put it, when we finish it, we're going to put it on with the on the grill and kind of sear it up. Then we're going to compare the two just to see how different they are. But that's it, folks. I mean, I like I said, I was one of the biggest critics of when I'm seeing people cook tri-tips like a brisket, complaining that, something that's supposed to be cooked medium rare, nice and juicy, shouldn't be cooked well done like that. But we're gonna see how it goes. I haven't seen anybody do it with a picanha roast yet. Guga's probably gonna flip over in his, his house down there in Miami and go crazy at this. But hey, everybody's doing the tri-tip. I thought I'd do this. I'll be back. We'll get this thing going. All right, I don't know how long it's gonna take for this picanha roast to get up to the 200 plus degrees that you would cook a brisket to. I'm going to use the Kamado Joe Classic 2, and like I said, I'm going to get it, probably cook it at around 225. So I want it to be as low and slow as I can. We're going to use some pecan wood for the smoke. First of all, I got to get this up and running. So I've got a load of charcoal in here already. I'm just going to go ahead and use my grill gun to get it fired up and get it lit, but I'm not going to bore you with that. So let me get this started, and next I'll be showing you how we're going to season up these picanhas. All right, guys, I got my picanhas out here. I'm going to go ahead and season them up. I got my water bath ready to go. It's right at 134 degrees ready. I got my Kamado Joe Classic 2. It's right up to 225, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that on. So I'm going to go ahead and season these up real quick, and then I'm going to vacuum seal one of them up, put it in the sous vide bath. The other one we're going to put right on the Kamado Joe Classic 2. That's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get my meat sticks in. We'll get them in the bath. Like I said, guys, I did monitor this with the meat stick, and as you can tell, the one on the top is the one that's on the smoker. It's sitting at 156 degrees. This is right at about 3.5 to 4 hours, and the sous vide one is at 126. In total time, it went just about 5.5 hours to get to right at 195. All right, guys, I'll be back in just a second with the final product. All right, guys, I think the picanha cooked like a brisket is ready. It's right at a 190 degrees internal. I did not wrap it, and the reason is because normally you wrap brisket and beef ribs because they're tough and they need to be broken down more. So that's why you wrap them. This is not a tough piece of meat, so there's no reason to wrap it in butcher paper or aluminum foil. So I'm not going to do that with this. It's bad enough we're cooking it to you know, a super well done temperature, but the sous vide one sitting right there at 134 degrees. It's ready to come out, and we're going to go ahead and sear that up with the grill gun. That's how I'm going to do that today. But I'm going to do it right on the Kamado Joe, right next to the other picanha. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out, put a little bit more seasoning on it because we lost some of it in the bag, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, just going to get you a little closer up here so you can see what's going on. Pulled it out. This is the fat cap side. I'm just going to pat it dry, get most of that moisture off, just like we normally would when we're cooking a piece of beef sous vide, and we're going to sear it up after. Just try to get all that moisture off so we can get a nice sear. I'm going to put just a little bit more seasoning because we did lose some in the bag. Not a ton, guys, because there's still some on there. And this actually kind of brined a little bit in the sous vide bath. Alright, so this is ready, and the one on the smoker, like I said, it's sitting right at 192 degrees right now, internal temp. So we're going to go ahead and bring this sous vide one that's medium rare over there. We're going to sear that. Maybe we'll hit the other one with a sear as well, and then we'll bring them both over here and cut them up, see which one's better. All right, guys, so here's my well done, cooked like a brisket, and you can tell this was the fat cap. I put that fat cap side down just so that it kind of protect the meat here so it didn't get burned on this side. So you can see that rendered down pretty good. I'm going to use my grill gun to sear up this other one here that was sous vide. It's not going to take very long at all to sear the outside of this. All right, look at that. Pretty sexy there. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and get the other side. Alright, guys, that's it. Nice sear on both of these. Let's get these over to the table and do a taste test. Alright, guys, here you go. I wonder if you can guess which one is which. You probably can because you saw me searing this one. So this is the sous vide one, and even though this one was a lot bigger or a lot smaller when we started out, this one here is a lot smaller now because it rendered out more of the fat and it rendered out more of the moisture and cooked it out. So here's our well done, cooked like a brisket. It kind of looks briskety. It's got a little bit of a good bark here. Smells kind of smoky. I'm going to go ahead and cut right here. And there you go. It's well done, that's for sure. I'm going to kind of cut against the grain here so you can kind of see it's got some juice to it, not quite as much as maybe a brisket point because there's not a ton of fat in there, but it does have some moisture to it. So we're going to take the other one here, and you can see this is still got some juices flowing out of it just from the hole from where the meat stick was. But I'm going to cut a piece off just so you can see how picanha should be. That's medium rare, nice and juicy, well done. Not quite as juicy, kind of gray looking. So, all right guys, I'll come back and do a taste test real quick. I want to do a get some pictures of this. All right guys, so here we go. I'm going to taste the well done, cooked like a brisket, picanha. It tastes like a brisket. It tastes like well done meat. It's tender. Not quite as juicy, like I said, as a brisket. Point, probably not much different than a flat. It's got the same flavor profile as a brisket would that I cook, because it's got salt, pepper, and garlic on it. Tell you the truth, my wife will like this because she doesn't like medium rare meat. But me, on the other hand, I love medium rare meat. So now I'm going to taste the medium rare. Just as tender. So much more juicy. So much more flavorful, because it's got a lot more of those juices in there. Guys, if you want to try cooking tender meat like a brisket, go right ahead. It's not better, but it's different. If you want to cook something that will give you that brisket flavor, but it's smaller, it's going to be a little bit more expensive to use a picanha or even a tri-tip. But to me, it's a waste of good meat. But check it out. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Check out the Fire and Water Cooking Podcast. And I'll see you again on the next Fire and Water Cooking video.